Toss it up a notch. Hello, everyone, and welcome out to OC Great Park Stadium. The old has gone, the new has come. The 2019 OC Riptide season begins now. Well, it's our home opener, and we are facing the San Luis Obispo Blues. The Blues had an early start to their season, and it's fair to say they have been quite dominant. Their record through 7 games, 7-0. On the mound today for the Riptide, we have Tyler Booth. Tyler Booth out of LSU Eunice in Louisiana. 6 feet tall, 190 pounds. He's out of Lake Charles, Louisiana. Attended Barb High School. We'll go ahead and take a look at the starting lineup for the Blues. Leading things off, Ryan Cole. Batting second, Tyson Corillo. Batting third, TJ Rumfield. Hitting cleanup, Brett Harris. Hitting fifth, Nick Hansen. Batting sixth, Dylan Beavers. Hitting seventh, Julian Berry. Hitting eighth, Ryan McCarty. And hitting ninth, Ruben Mercado. Defensively for the OC Riptide. At first base, Josh Solomon. At second, Caleb Denny. At shortstop, Carson Matthews. At third, Nick Cazzaretti. In left field, Chris Abort. In center field, Antonio Cruz. In right field, Dylan Rock. Behind the plate, Connor Aoki. And of course, on the mound, Tyler Booth. It's time to play some baseball. A wonderful setting. The best game ever created. Let's get it started. Ryan Cole digs in. He's out of Notre Dame University. 6 feet tall, 160 pounds. Chops this one foul towards the left side. He's out of San Ramon, California. And De La Salle High School. His freshman season at Notre Dame, he started in 7 games for the Irish. As the pitch is swung on and missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes. He earned 2 varsity letters in baseball from De La Salle High School. No balls and 2 strikes. Booth delivers. Hit out towards left center field. It'll drop in for a leadoff single.
Now batting, second baseman, Tyson Corio.
Tyson Corio digs in. Previously played for the Delta College Mustangs. He's 5'10", 170 pounds. He's out of Concord, California. Hit .358 for them with 3 home runs and 38 RBIs. So some very good numbers to his name, and they had the runner picked off, but the throw got away from Josh Solomon, and all the way to third base it advances Ryan Cole. So a poorly executed play to say the least. But just as they say, baseball is a game of short memory. So Tyson Corillo now digs in with a runner in scoring position. First run of the ball game, standing 90 feet away down the line. Lefty on righty matchup. Pitch is on the outer half, called a strike. It's 0-1. TJ Rumfield awaits on deck. Not much wind out tonight here in Irvine. As the pitch misses outside in the dirt. Blocked nicely there by Connor Aoki. Once again, Jonathan Ortiz behind the mic. My second season with the OC Riptide, and it is an absolute honor as that one's ripped foul towards the left side. You may remember last year, our home field was at Fullerton College, and it's fair to say we received an upgrade. Let's just say when I walked through these doors here at the OC Great Park Stadium, I was absolutely shocked. A wonderful facility to say the least. The pitch was swung on and missed, but everyone will be safe, including the runner at home, a 1-0 lead in favor of the San Luis Obispo Blues. Ryan Cole comes in to score on a strikeout. As in steps TJ Rumfield. Rumfield is out of Texas Tech University. Lefty on lefty matchup, misses outside. It's 1-0. Gordillo leads out for first. Booth looks down the barrel to get a sign. On the inner half, caught a strike. It's 1-1. One to nothing ball game, just getting started. We're in the top half of the first inning. Ryan Cole opened up the inning with a single. He then advanced to third on a throwing error, as that is ripped out towards right field. Going back is Dylan Rock. He'll make the play. There's the first out of the inning.
Now batting, DH, Brett Harris.
Brett Harris digs in now. He's out of Arlington Heights, Illinois. Pitch misses outside, a ball and no strikes. Nick Hansen awaits on deck. Booth gets the sign. Delivers the 1-0 pitch. On the inner half. Evens up the count at 1. .6:35 p.m. start time for today's matchup. Most games are scheduled to start at 6:30. So that is a chopper towards the left side foul. Though there are some games this season that are scheduled to start at noon. Booth ahead in the count at 1-2. He delivers. Ground ball towards the left side. Carson Matthews is there. He flips to second for 1. On to first. That sneaks underneath the glove of Josh Solomon.
Now batting, third baseman, Nick Hansen.
So Brett Harris reaches on the second error of the inning for the Riptide. As Nick Hansen digs in. No balls and 1 strike. Nick Hansen attends Grand Canyon University. He's 6'5", 215 pounds, so a good size on the kid. He's out of Orange, California, attended El Modena High School. In high school, he hit .425 with 7 home runs and 30 RBIs as a senior in 2018. Connor Aoki manages to keep the ball in front of him. Nonetheless, it does get far away from him. Enough for Brett Harris to advance. So defensively, it's fair to say it's been a very poorly executed inning for the Riptide. This is only the second game of their season. They're off to an 0-1 start. Of course, the team chemistry is barely getting established as the pitch gets away once again from Connor Aoki. So one thing that you want as a pitcher is the ability to trust the man behind the plate. But it's fair to say that Connor Aoki so far has maybe established some trust issues between him and Tyler Booth on the mound. The left-hander delivers. Pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. So there were 3 errors total in that half inning for the Riptide. Fortunately for them, only 1 run managed to score. We head to the bottom half of the first inning, 1-0 in favor of the Blues. To the bottom half of the first inning, we go. A 1-0 ball game in favor of the San Luis Obispo Blues. On the mound today for the Blues, that is Drake Pingle. He's out of Dominguez Hills University. As that is popped up towards the left side. The left fielder, Julian Berry, is there. 1 pitch, 1 away. As Antonio Cruz digs in. More on Pingle. He's a right-handed pitcher. He will be a senior. He's out of Torrance, California, and attended South High School. He started in 7 games for the Toros last season. Went 2-2 with a 4.89 ERA and 35 innings pitched. He struck out 22 and walked 10. That's ripped towards the left side. It'll fall in for a base hit. 1 out single off the bat of Antonio Cruz. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Riptide. Leading things off was Carson Matthews. Just reaching on base now was Antonio Cruz. Now at the plate, Josh Solomon. Awaiting on deck, Caleb Denny. Hitting 5th, Dylan Rock. Hitting 6th, Connor Aoki. Hitting 7th, Sawyer Chelsea. Hitting 8th, Nick Casaretti. And hitting 9th, Chris Abort. Defensively for the Blues. At first base, TJ Rumfield. At second, Tyson Corio. At shortstop, Ruben Mercado. At third base, Nick Hansen. In left field, Julian Berry. In center field, Ryan Cole, as that's fouled off the end of the bat towards the right side. In right field, Dylan Beavers. Behind the plate, Ryan McCarty. And on the mound, Drake Pingle. Josh Solomon at the plate. Antonio Cruz leads out for first. He reached on a single. It's a 1-0 ball game in favor of the Blues. There goes a runner. Throw down to second. It's a good one. The tag is applied at the thighs of Antonio Cruz, but the second base umpire says that he made it down there in time. So a nice throw there by Ryan McCarty. But a good jump from Antonio Cruz puts runners in scoring position for Josh Solomon. Josh Solomon is out of Columbia University. He's 6'3", 200 pounds. Attended Capistrano Valley High School. Out of Mission Viejo, California. Takes outside for a ball. It's 1-1. I did speak to the play-by-play broadcaster for the Blues prior to the game, and they were very honest. He said, though they are 7-0, their opposition has been fairly weak. Pingo peeks towards second, settles back in. That's hit out towards right center field. It'll drop in for a single. Antonio Cruz holds at third. Runners down the corners with one man down for Caleb Denny.
Now batting number 14 from University of Dubuque, Caleb Denny.
Caleb Denny redshirted in 2019 at Arkansas after suffering a shoulder issue. He's expected to be a heavy impact in the lineup for the team in 2020. Pitch is on the outer half. It's called a strike. Taking a look at my notes, it says here that he is one of the top-rated players in the state of Oklahoma for the class of 2018. So let's see what he brings to the table for the Riptide. It's a righty-on-lefty matchup. Should favor Denny at the plate. Here comes the pitch. Golfed at and missed. No balls and 2 strikes. Antonio Cruz leads off for third. Josh Solomon leads off for first. Pingo looks down the barrel to get a sign. Delivers the 0-2. There goes the runner from first. Throw down to second. Is in time to get him. So early on in the first inning, the OC Riptide testing the arm of Ryan McCarty. So far they are 1 for 2. We'll see how they'll approach the base running game as the game continues. So it's fair to say that the last play changed the dynamic of the inning. Now it's a runner on third with 2 men down as opposed to runners on the corners and 1 man down. The pitch hits off the glove of Ryan McCarty. So in to score comes Antonio Cruz, and we're all tied up at 1. As I mentioned, this is only the second game of the season for the Riptide. And since we are in tune, there are a lot of players on their roster. As that is ripped out towards right field. Going back is Beavers, looking up, and you can say bye to that one in 3 different languages. Sayonara, aloha, and adios. Josh Solomon goes deep for the Riptide. 2-1 ball game. Two to 1 ball game.
Now batting, right fielder, number 22, Dylan Rock.
As Dylan Rock digs in. Pitch is in there for a strike. It's 0-1. I apologize. That was actually Caleb Denny on the home run. Denny gave that ball a pretty good ride. Speaking to some of the OC Riptide staff prior to the ballgame, they mentioned that we will see a ton of home runs in this stadium, especially going down the lines. Dylan Rock at the plate, 2-1 ballgame in favor of the Riptide. Pingo delivers, that's hit up the middle for a base hit. That'll bring up Connor Aoki for the Riptide.
Number 19, Connor Aoki.
He's out of Binghamton University. He's out of Huntington Beach, California. Attended Edison High School. One of his hobbies actually includes playing spike ball, as he fouls this one off towards the right side. He's looking to make up for his defensive woes, which he suffered in the top half of the first inning. It was just an all-around messy inning defensively for the Riptide. But offensively, they've surely picked it up. They've scored 2 runs here in the bottom half of the first inning. Remember, as I mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast, the Blues are 7-0 to start off their season. The Riptide looking to hand them their first loss. It's on the outer half. 1 ball and 1 strike. We appreciate all of you for tuning in for today's broadcast. I like to make it an interactive one for sure, so if you have any questions, there is a live feed as that's ripped towards the right side. It falls in fair over the glove of the first baseman. Rounding the bag on his way home is Dylan Rock. RBI double off the bat of Connor Aoki. 3-1, LC Riptide.
Now batting, number 45, Sawyer Chesley.
Sawyer Chelsea digs in as there's a meeting on the mound for Drake Pingle. So 3 runs have come across the plate for the Riptide this half inning. The first one was Antonio Cruz scoring on a pass ball. Caleb Denny then went deep over the right field fence. Finally, Connor Aoki and an RBI double put the Riptide ahead at 3-1. So yeah, as I was saying, I like to make this an interactive broadcast. So if you guys have any questions, any comments, if you just want to tell us where you're watching from, there is a live chat here on YouTube Live, one of the wonderful features of this broadcast. So make sure to take advantage of that. Once again, Jonathan Ortiz behind the mic, 2nd season here for the OC Riptide. It's been an absolute pleasure thus far, and I am very excited to embark on this journey. Pitch is swung on and missed. 0-1. No balls and 2 strikes now. So, interesting here for Sawyer Chelsea. He's not played baseball in 2 years. And that is because he went on his mission trip. That is popped up towards the outskirts of the grass for the final play of the bottom half of the first inning. So we head to the top half of the second inning. 3 runs cross to play for the Riptide. 3-1. Top half of the second inning we go as Dylan Beavers digs in. Beavers, interestingly enough, is not a position player. He is listed as a pitcher. And I was trying to mention earlier, since we are in June, a lot of the players expected to be on the roster are participating in the NCAA tournament. A lot of them have commitments such as graduations to attend. So as the seasons unravel and hopefully by the end of June and the beginning of July, all players expected to participate on these teams will be here. So until then, we will have to do with unique features, I guess you can say, on the roster. All right, so we've got some comments coming in. Kathy Ingram, watching from Sweet Home, Alabama. Kathy, we appreciate your viewership. We have Melissa Rock watching from Sugar Land, Texas. That sounds like a fun place. And we have Cheo Cruz Jr. He says he's glad to be able to watch the Riptide play from Houston, Texas. So once again, it is a pleasure to have all of you joining us for today's broadcast. And we have Miriam Arshad watching from Torrance, California. Pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. Throw it around the horn. Ryan, or not Ryan, but Connor Aoki.
Left fielder, Julian Burry.
Julian Berry digs in. We'll continue. We have Michael Valdez watching from Irvine, California. Diego Flores watching from Hawthorne, California. It's a ground ball towards the right side. Josh Solomon is there. He'll step on the bag himself. 2 men down.
Now batting, catcher, Ryan McCarty.
We have Tim Miltreger also joining in the broadcast. He says he's coming over to the game tomorrow. The park looks nice. My goodness, Tim. Make your way out here. This is a wonderful, wonderful facility, to say the least. This stadium in particular has been around for less than a year. According to the staff here at the ballpark, it opened up during September. That has popped up towards the center of the diamond. It'll fall in for a base hit as Antonio Cruz plays it on a hop. 2-out single for Ryan McCarty. And yes, trust me, it is McCarty and not McCarthy. There's not a H.
Shortstop, Ruben Mercado.
as Ruben Mercado digs in. Top half of the second inning, 3-1 ball game in favor of the Riptide. Tyler Booth on the mound for Orange County. Big left-hander delivers the pitch. It's fouled off the foot of Mercado. Connor Aoki was anxious to make the play. Yeah, for those of you located within California, or more so, just the general area here in Irvine, make your way out to the ballpark. It is O.C. Great Park Stadium in particular. So, if you have an opportunity, I promise you, this place will not fail. First came to the facility yesterday, and as I made my way to this field, because there are several fields here in the area, I really felt as if I was in a Major League spring training facility. My goodness, everything is just so well taken care of. State-of-the-art technology all around the ballpark. Wonderful features indeed. 1 ball and 1 strike, 2 men down. Ruben Mercado at the plate. Ryan McCarty leads off at first. Booth gets a sign from Connor Aoki behind the plate. Chopper towards the right side. Will be a tough play for Denny, but he gets there in time and puts an end to the inning. To the bottom half of the second inning we go. Jonathan Ortiz, voice of the OC Riptide via YouTube Live. We'll be right back. Nick Casaretti digs in, and a very, exciting day for him as he was signed to the University of Dubuque today. He swings and misses 0-1. He's the third baseman for the Riptide. Keep in mind the head coach for Orange County is Clemente Bonilla. And Nick Casaretti actually played for him in high school. So he's got to feel very comfortable being under the guidance of his former coach. We actually have his chemistry teacher sitting right alongside us here in the booth. And good news for you, Casaretti, especially if your parents are watching. I heard you got an A in class. Chris Auber digs in now.
Now batting number 38, Chris Auburn.
So, Tim, you're saying that You wanted to hear what music we're playing in between the innings, but unfortunately, due to the copyright issues involved here with YouTube Live, some of the music is not available to be played over the broadcast, which is the reason why we have to mute the mic. No balls and 2 strikes to Albert. He's an incoming junior at Hawaii Hilo. He rips this one towards the right side, no problem at all. 1 out single. Albert got a good piece of wood on that one.
Now batting number 5, Carson Matthews.
As Carson Matthews digs in. Matthews flew out towards the left field his first time up. He's 0 for 1. Antonio Cruz awaits on deck. It's a 3-1 ball game here in the bottom half of the second inning. The OC Riptide and the San Luis Obispo Blues. Righty on righty matchup. Hit up the middle, cut off by the shortstop who flips the second for 1 on a first, not in time. Good hustle down the line from Matthews to avoid the double play. Cruz digs in. He's 1 for 1 with a single.
Antonio Cruz.
He's out of Rice University. And we'll take a look at his family pedigree. His father, Jose Jr., played 12 years in the majors. He was a Gold Glover in 2003. As the pitch gets away from the catcher, on his way down to second is Matthews. It's Ryan McCarty behind the plate for the Blues. So more on Cruz and his family. His grandfather, Jose Sr., played 19 years in the 70s and 80s. He was also a 2-time All-Star. He also has some uncles who played in the majors. So Antonio Cruz looking to continue the family legacy. Major League Baseball is calling his name. Wow, that's really it's a unique resume, man. That's something that's definitely very honorable. The Cruz family knows how to play the game. Josh Solomon awaits on deck. And I was just about to say, over the leaping glove of the shortstop, everyone held their breath. But Ruben Mercado said, "Come here, little friend. I've got you." Top of the third inning. 3-run OC Riptide. Top half of the third inning. Ryan Cole and the top of the lineup leading things off for the Blue. Cole's 1 for 1 today with the single. Pitch runs inside. Pitch number 31 of the ball game for Tyler Booth. Tyson Carrillo waits on deck. TJ Rumfield in the hole. Pitch runs inside. It swung on and missed. 1 ball and 1 strike. And if I have any parents watching, go ahead and list who your son is. I'd love to say hello. Off the end of the bat towards the right side and out of play.
Should it be any kind of question?
Booth looks down the barrel to get a sign. Delivers the 1-2. Chopper towards the left side. Coming in is Casaretti. Throw over to first. Not even close. Infield single for Ryan Cole. He's 2 for 2.
Now batting, second baseman, Tyson Carrillo.
Tyson Carrillo digs in. He struck out in the first inning. Nonetheless, he reached base on that same play. Ryan Cole coming in to score.
Yeah, probably should at least try. You don't even get him.
Throw back over to first. They've caught him leaning in between first and second. It won't go on for too much longer. Sure enough, the tag is applied.
Was that the same guy that they got away with the first time?
Ryan Cole got away with that one the first time around as the throw over to first base sunk underneath the glove of Josh Solomon, but this time it was well executed and the out was made as Tyson Carrillo now has the bases empty with 1 man down. 3 strikeouts in the game for Tyler Booth on the mound. Looks like a balk is being argued by a member of the coaching staff. Dan Marble, I believe his name is. It's a wonderful evening for baseball. Did he go? Yes, he did, says the first base umpire. Not a cloud in the sky. The sun is setting. Very light breeze blowing out towards left field. Mountains in the background. My goodness. A lovely Tuesday evening here in Irvine, California. No balls and 2 strikes. Now the count to Tyson Carrillo. Booth looking for strikeout number 4. The left-hander delivers. Misses outside. Here's a 1-2. Chopper towards the left side. Carson Matthews is there. Throw across the diamond in time.
Now batting, first baseman, TJ Rumfield.
TJ Rumfield digs in now. He's out of Temple, Texas. Also attended Temple High School. As I said, this is a big guy. He's 6'5", 225 pounds. He was ranked number 3. As that is a weak ground ball towards the left side for the 3rd and final out of the inning. Yes, he was named the number 3 third baseman in the state of Texas by Perfect Game as we head to the bottom half of the 3rd. Score remains 3-1 in favor of your Orange County Riptide. Bottom half of the third inning. 3-1 ball game in favor of your Orange County Riptide. Breaking ball that lands inside. It's 1-0. It'll be Josh Solomon, Caleb Denny, and Dylan Rock. Solomon reached on a single his first time up. He rips this one out towards right field. Dylan Beavers is there, one away.
Now batting, number 14, Caleb Denny.
Caleb Denny digs in. He went deep his first time up. Shot over the right field fence to give the Riptide a 2-1 lead. Was looking for home run number 2 there, but he comes up empty. No balls and 1 strike. Dylan Rock waits on deck. Pitch is on the outer half. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. This has undoubtedly have to be the nicest ballpark in the CCL. Behind it is probably the academy where the Barons play. Of course, Major League Baseball funds that facility, so you can expect really good quality there. 2 balls and 1 strike. Pingle delivers towards the right side. The first baseman, TJ Rumfield, is there. He'll step on the bag. 2 men down.
Now batting, number 22, Dylan Rock.
Dylan Rock at the plate. He's 1 for 1 with a single. Righty on righty matchup. Fouled away. Rock is out of the University of Texas at San Antonio. Breaking ball, well located, good movement. No balls and 2 strikes. He's 6'1", 205 pounds. Out of Sugar Land, Texas. As a freshman, he hit .287 with 37 runs scored, 7 doubles, 1 triple, 6 home runs, and 25 RBIs. Evan Ingram, the right-hander, getting loose and warm in the bullpen for SLO. Slicing down the right field line, out of play. SLO is the nickname given to San Luis Obispo, so just in case you were wondering, I'm not making stuff up here. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch towards the left side, past the glove of the third baseman, Hansen. Rounding the bag on his way towards second is Dylan Rock. Head first slide. He snuck his hands in there. 2-out double.
Now batting, number 19, Connor Aoki.
Connor Aoki digs in. Had an RBI double his first time up. Has RBI number 2 of the ball game, sitting at second base. 2 men down in the inning. No movement yet in the bullpen for the Riptide. 7 hits on the board for Orange County. Good size lead coming from Dylan Rock aboard at second. No one holding him on. Pingle looking to keep him close. It's on the outer half. It's a ball, 1-0. For all information on the OC Riptide, make sure to check out our website, ocriptide.com. Two 2-0 the count to Connor Aoki. Sawyer Chelsea awaits on deck. You can also follow us on Twitter at OC Riptide for in-game updates and other things along those lines. As the 2-0 misses 3 balls, no strikes. As for my personal Twitter, you can follow me at The Real John Ortiz. The Real JONORTIZ. 3-1 ball game. Bottom half of the third inning. Hit up the middle, coming in the center fielder, Ryan Cole. He'll play it on hop. Taking the turn on his way home is Dylan Rock. Second hit of the ball game for Aoki. Second RBI. 4-1 in favor of the Riptide.
Now batting number 45, Sawyer Chelsea.
Sawyer Chelsea digs in. He popped up towards the second base side his first time up. Bingo delivers the pitch. Tipped foul. No balls and 1 strike. 2 men down. Bottom half of the third inning. Jonathan Ortiz behind the mic for the Orange County Riptide via YouTube Live. Once again, we thank you for your viewership. No balls and 1 strike. The right-hander delivers. Pitch is in the dirt. Ryan McCarty keeps it in front of him. The Riptide opened up their season in a non-league matchup against the Palm Springs Power. Throw back over to first base. Backdoor throw from McCarty. Aggressive play. The Riptide were defeated 7-3 that game against the Power.
One ball, 2 strikes.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Pingo gets the sign, delivers the 1-2, fouled away towards the right side. I've got to say the netting surrounding the infield does a pretty efficient job here at this stadium, or else we'd be losing a ton of money on foul balls. I'll tell you, these baseballs are surely expensive.
Well, he has 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Here comes the pitch. Misses in the dirt. Three balls and 2 strikes.
Oh, we got lights now. 2 and 2. Okay.
Aoki leads off the first. Pitch is foul tipped. So there's actually 2 balls and 2 strikes. There was somewhat of a confusion between our umpire and our scoreboard keeper, but everything is right. All is good. Here's the 2-2 from Drake Pingle. Ripped out towards right center. Rounding the baseball is Dylan Beavers. He'll make the play and the inning is over. Top half of the 4th inning, 4-1 in favor of your Orange County Riptide. So, Chel Cruz Jr., to answer your question, you can download the app iScore Baseball and look up the Orange County Riptide. There, you should find something similar to what you're asking for. Nonetheless, we're in the top half of the fourth inning. 4-1 ball game in favor of your Riptide. Brett Harris at the plate for the Blues. The left-hander delivers towards the inner half. It's called a ball, 1-0. All of our home games will be broadcasted via YouTube Live. Tipped into the catcher's glove. No balls and 2 strikes. Or 1 ball and 1 strike, pardon me. But I believe all the teams in the CCL provide their own broadcast of the game, so just in case if it's not available through us, it should be available through our opponent. The only team off the top of my head that I am unsure about is the Academy Barons. It's a leadoff single off the bat of Brett Harris. As Nick Hansen digs in. Hansen struck out looking his first time up. Dylan Beavers awaits on deck. We see a right-hander getting loose and warm in the bullpen for the Riptide. One ball and no strikes. Top half of the fourth inning, 4-1. Orange County out in front. Time was called at the plate by the catcher, I believe. 1 run came across the plate in the top half of the first inning for the Blues. The Riptide answered back with 3 of their own. Throw back over to first. Come on. Come on. Tyler Booth, you've got a filthy move. That is the 3rd time today that he's caught a runner leaning. Heard the third base coach from the Blues yell out to his dugout, I believe, "You're not even close." Or maybe he was referring to the first base umpire. Who knows? Hit out towards center field. Going back, Antonio Cruz. Still going back at the track in front of the fence. He drops to his knees, but he makes the play. 2 men down. Nothing more than allow it out, huh? Nothing more.
Now batting, right fielder, Dylan Beavers.
Colin Townsend getting loose and warm in the bullpen for the Riptide. He's a returning player. We got to enjoy him last season. Dylan Beavers digs in. He struck out looking his first time up. Lefty on lefty matchup. Well located slider on the outer half caught a strike at 2-1. Julian Berry awaits on deck. Pitch is fouled away. No balls and 2 strikes. We've still got some daylight out in Irvine. Nonetheless, the lights here at the stadium have been turned on. Not too sure what's happening here. The home plate umpire looking for something to drink, maybe? What is that? Thought it was a bottle of water, but check that. Maybe suffered an injury to his head. still getting situated on the field. The Riptide taking advantage of the incident, having a meeting with their pitcher on the mound. So again, we're in the top half of the fourth inning, a 4-1 ball game in favor of the Riptide. Home plate umpire seems to be okay. Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. There's some chatter going on. So the manager, perhaps for the Blues, did not enjoy the fact that the pitching coach for the Riptide went out to talk to Tyler Booth while the umpire was being attended to. Snowballs and 2 strikes. Left-hander delivers high, a ball and 2 strikes now. Julian Berry awaits on deck. That's up the middle. A perfectly located Carson Matthews makes the play as we head to the bottom half of the fourth inning. 4-1, LC Riptide. Bottom half of the fourth inning, there's a new pitcher on the mound for the Blues. Out of Hendricks College, Evan Ingram.
Nick Cassaretti.
He's a right-hander, 6'1", 160 pounds. Out of Vista Villa Hills High School. Pitches on the outer half, caught to strike. It's 0-1. Nick Cassaretti at the plate. No balls and 2 strikes. Chris Aubert awaits on deck for the Riptide. 4-1 ball game. Orange County out in front. Evan delivers, misses. Now it's a ball and 2 strikes. In high school, Ingram had a career record of 8-3 with a 2.26 ERA and 62 strikeouts in 68 2/3 innings pitched. It's out of Vista Villa Hills, Alabama. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ingram gets the sign, delivers a pitch on the inner half. The home plate umpire does not budge. It's even at 2-2. Count is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. 8 hits, 4 runs, 2 errors for the Riptide. 4 hits, 1 run, no errors for the Blues. Evan delivers a full count pitch, chop towards the left side. The shortstop is there. Throw over to first, 1 away.
Now batting number 38 from LSU Eunice, Chris Abort.
Out of LSU Eunice, Chris Abort digs in. He reached on a single his first time up. Carson Matthews awaits on deck. First pitch swinging. It's 0-1. Fouled away, no balls and 2 strikes. All right, well, here's some trivia. We'll go ahead and do some trivia questions as the game progresses. Question number 1. And remember, go ahead and answer. As that is a ground ball going up the middle. The second baseman makes a nice off-balance throw for the out. So, yeah, go ahead and answer on the right side of your screen in the live chat section.
From University of Hawaii at Hilo, Carson Matthews.
As Carson Matthews digs in. So the question is this. Head coach Clemente Bonilla coaches at a high school. What high school does he coach at? The right-hander delivers the pitch. It's on the outer half. This time caught a strike. It's 1-1. Antonio Cruz waits on deck. 0-1 in their first strike. It's 0-2. Carson Matthews is 0 for 2. Flew out towards left field and reached on a fielder's choice. Ingram gets the sign, delivers the pitch. Popped up. The catcher has a play. But some miscommunication there between McCarty and Rumfield prevents the play from being made. Capistrano Valley Christian High School. Nathaniel Wild, you are absolutely correct. Congratulations, buddy. Way to go. We'll do some more trivia later in the ball game. Once again, there is a meeting between the home plate umpire, some of the coaching staff for the Blues,
Probably look it up. I don't know where. I know that Clemente went to one of the local high schools here when he was in high school, but I don't know which one it was. You might look. I'm sure you could look it up. Seems like it was El Toro, but I'm not sure.
So our head coach, Clemente Bonilla, made it all the way to AA baseball, where he participated in, I think, only 1 game. But he got there nonetheless, huh? How many people can say that? So the count is at no balls and 2 strikes. There's 2 men down. Carson Matthews at the plate. That's got to be very unfair for the hitter. Taking a break in the middle of your at-bat, then coming right back into the box with 2 strikes? Come on. Well, found this one towards the left side, so might not take him too much longer to find his stride. Antonio Cruz awaits on deck. Here's the pitch. Ground ball towards right side. TJ Rumfield is there. A race to the bag. Rumfield steps on it himself. And the inning is over. Top of the 5th. OC Riptide leads 4-1. Jonathan Ortiz via YouTube Live. Top of the 5th inning, Julian Berry on the mound. Remains Tyler Booth. Berry gives this one a pretty good ride towards right field, but Dylan Rock is there. As Ryan McCarty digs in.
Now batting, catcher Ryan McCarty.
Perhaps a new pitcher? Is that what's happening? Sure enough it is. All right. Tyler Booth, good outing for you, kid. Sloppy first inning, but he recovered nicely. Surrendered 1 run on 4 hits. We'll take a short break. Bet you more on the guy on the mound shortly. Colin Townsend, the returning OC Riptider, on the mound for Orange County. He's 6 feet tall, 175 pounds, and the first thing he does is plunk Ryan McCarty on the leg. Townsend was a freshman at St. Louis University this past season. He appeared in 14 games as a reliever. He struck out 13 batters in 15 innings.
Now batting, shortstop, Ruben Mercado.
Attended J. Sarah High School, where he was ranked 25th in the country by MaxPreps.com. Towards the right side, no choice but to play it on a hop for Dylan Rock. That's one of those tricky plays because in hindsight, you feel like you could have made the catch, but your reaction really has to be spot on. So a hit batter and a single puts runners on first and second with one man down for Ryan Cole. So the first time since the first inning that the Blues are posing a threat. Let's see what Townsend has in his arsenal. Takes a peek towards second, settles back in, delivers a fastball on the outer half for a strike. It's 0-1. Ruben Mercado leads off of first. Ryan McCarty leads off of second. Townsend takes a peek, settles back in, delivers. That's popped up. Dylan Rock is there. The runners are not able to advance. So very unproductive out there off the bat of Ryan Cole. But we'll gladly take it as Tyson Corrillo digs in.
Now batting, second baseman, Tyson Corrillo.
Video's 0 for 2. He reached on a strike on his first time up, then grounded out towards short in the third inning. TJ Rumfield awaits on deck. Townsend looks down the barrel to get a sign. Pitches on the outer half and misses for a ball, 1-0. We started off the ball game with Tyler Booth. Now in the hands of Colin Townsend. Each team has thrown 2 pitchers thus far. The right-hander delivers. Slapped foul towards the left side and out of play. So now 1 ball and 1 strike. Rumfield in the on-deck circle, looking to get an opportunity himself to chip at this deficit. Tying run at the plate for the Blues. Townsend delivers on the outer half and misses for a ball, 2-1. 4-1 ball game here in the top half of the 5th inning. The Riptide and the Blues scoring off for the first time this season. The 2-1 pitch from Colin Townsend runs inside and low. 3 balls and 1 strike. Townsend does have some room for error with the base open. We'll see if he'll deliver a strike. We'll see if the hitter at the plate has the green light. And it was a strike, but very well located as the count is full at 3-2. You surely do not want to bring up the number 3 hitter with the bases loaded. We're getting into the heart of the lineup for the Blues. Townsend takes a peek towards second, settles back in. The 3-2 pitch. Foul towards the left side and out of play. So a battle brewing here between Colin Townsend and Tyson Corillo. Townsend looking to keep this 3-run lead. Corillo looking to chip at the deficit and draw his team closer. Remember, the Blues are 7-0 this season. Here comes the pitch. Ground ball towards the right side. Caleb Denny is there. Easy play. The easiest way. Bottom half of the fifth. 4-1 in favor of your Orange County Riptide. Antonio Cruz, Josh Solomon, and Caleb Denny to up this half inning for the Riptide. Evan Ingram remains on the mound for the Blues. On the outer half, swung on and missed. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. So we had a trivia question earlier. Will be the second question of the game as the pitch is swung on and missed. 1-2. I, Jonathan Ortiz, have been the voice of a particular baseball team for 3 seasons now. What team have I broadcasted for? Pitch is swung on and missed for strike 3. Cruz goes down swinging.
Now batting from Columbia, number 4, Josh Solomon.
Josh Solomon digs in. Solomon is 1 for 2. He reached on a single in the first inning, then he flew out towards right in the third. Pitch is in there for a strike, 0-1. And sure enough, the answer is correct. The El Camino Warriors. I've been at El Camino College for 3 years calling their baseball games, and it's been some of the best years of my life. This season in particular was unforgettable, to say the least. I mean, we had a tragedy throughout the season. Our catcher from Arkansas, Slayton Mole, was killed by an allegedly drunk or under the influence of narcotic 16-year-old driver. So that was definitely devastating. Nonetheless, we were able to recuperate and honor Slayton with the trip to the Final Four for the JC Championship in Fresno. We made it all the way to the championship game, but lost to Orange Coast College. Nonetheless, one thing I did learn from that experience is that there is victory through the journey. It was an unforgettable season, to say the least. So many great moments, one of those being a walk-off home run to send us to the sectionals. And as I mentioned during that broadcast in particular, yes, I did run on the field. Very unprofessional, but man, it was such a wholesome moment, and I do not regret it whatsoever. So, to Nate Fairley of the El Camino Warriors, much love to you guys. I'd love to be back for season number 4. 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Josh Solomon. Caleb Denny awaits on deck. That's ripped out towards left field. Coming in, Julian Berry. He'll play it on a hop. Solomon's been hitting.
Arkansas, number 14, Caleb Denny.
He's now 2 for 3. I believe he got 2 hits in the last ball game in Palm Springs. Denny went deep during the first inning. He's 1 for 2. We saw a lot of action on the base paths for the Riptide in the first inning. They were testing the arm of Ryan McCarty. But McCarty's got a hose. He's got a good gun behind the plate. Made some good throws down towards second base. The Riptide were 1 for 2 in stolen base attempts. It's fouled towards the left side. Looks like we see dual action in the bullpen for the Riptide. No, it's actually just one person. That's Taylor Penley warming up for Orange County. Snowballs and 2 strikes to count here to Caleb Denny. Dylan Rock awaits on deck. Josh Solomon leads off of first. Here comes the pitch on the outer half, taken for a ball, 1-2. Good take there by Denny. The pitch was definitely close. One ball and 2 strikes. Pitch from Evans is ripped out towards right field. Dylan Beavers camps underneath it. 2 men down. Solomon was going on the play. Had to retrieve back to the bag as Dylan Rock digs in.
Now batting from UT San Antonio, number 22, Dylan Rock.
Dylan Rock is set to be a junior at UT San Antonio in 2020. In 2019, he hit .320 with 20 doubles and 40 RBIs. So he posted some good numbers then. He looks to keep the momentum going here in summer ball for the Riptide. Josh Solomon leads off of first base. He reached on a single. It's a 4-1 ball game here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Jonathan Ortiz behind the mic via YouTube Live for the Orange County Riptide. Pitch is in there for a strike on a platter. It's 1-1. Taylor Penley warming up in the bullpen for Orange County. There goes a runner. It was an off-speed pitch, but the throw down to second is a good one. My goodness, Ryan McCarty, my friend, you are a stud. McCarty ran off the field right after making the throw. No hesitation whatsoever. Talk about being confident. Top of the 6th, 4-1, OC Riptide. TJ Rumfield at the plate, leading things off here in the 6th inning for the Blues. It'll be Rumfield, Brett Harris, and Nick Hansen this half inning. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. Rumfield is 0 for 2 today. The right-hander delivers, slapped foul towards the left side. Colin Townsend back on the mound for the Riptide. And as I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, let's talk it up. Go ahead and drop something there in the live chat section. Some questions, some comments, perhaps some shout-outs, a simple hello. Love to talk with you guys. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes. 4-1 ball game here in the top half of the 6th inning. Steady pace of the game today. Townsend delivers. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Throw it around the horn, Connor Aoki. First strike out of the ball game for Townsend on the mound.
Now batting, DH, Brett Harris.
Brett Harris digs in now. Townsend delivers. Ripped out towards left center field. The board is there to play it on a hop. Thought for a second there, may split the gap.
Now batting, third baseman, Nick Hansen.
As Nick Hansen digs in, he's 0 for 2 today with the strikeout. Action continues in the bullpen for the Riptide. We expect to see Penley in the 7th inning, or perhaps this inning if things start getting out of hand for Colin Townsend. Harris leads off of first. Townsend gets to sign. Nick Hansen at the plate. On the outer half, it misses for a ball. It's 1-0. Well, the sun has officially set here in Southern California. The pitch is in there for a strike. It's 1-1. You see the silhouette of the mountains beyond the outfield. Cool temperatures for today ball game. Oh man. That's a shot towards left field. And was the catch made? Oh, did that go foul? I completely lost that ball. One thing I can assure you is the fact that Nick Hansen got a good load of that one. I thought it was long gone because I didn't see the left fielder react. But it was nothing more than a long strike. We'll do it again at 1-2 for Hansen at the plate. Townsend on the mound. Looking to keep a 3-run lead for the Riptide. Swung on and missed for strike 3. Second strike out of the inning for Nick Hansen. As Dylan Beavers digs in, he's 0 for 2 with a strikeout himself.
Right fielder, Dylan Beavers.
New pitcher in the ball game for the Riptide, and sure enough, we'll take a short break. We'll be right back. Enter plays Colin Townsend. That's Taylor Penley out of Howard JC on the mound. Posted a 6.28 ERA last season. Had trouble finding the strike zone his last time up against the Power. He gave up 6 base runners in that ballgame. But let's see what he has in store for us tonight. Dylan Beavers at the plate. Brett Harris leads off of first. He reached on a single. Just like that, a new arm up and throwing in the bullpen for the Riptide. Pitch is in the dirt. Gets past Connor Aoki. So not the start to the outing that Taylor Penley was looking for. Runner in scoring position now for Dylan Beavers at the plate. Lefty on lefty matchup. Here comes the pitch from Penley. Slapped foul towards the left side and out of play. In the top half of the 6th inning, the OC Riptide enjoying a 4-1 lead. Beautiful evening here at OC Great Park Stadium. The 1-1 swung on and missed for strike 2. Julian Berry awaits on deck. The 1-2 pitch. Oh, it looked good from here. It looked real good. Well, that's why we're up here and that home plate umpire is down there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two men down in the inning. Runner leads off a second for the Blues. Penley takes a peek, settles back in, delivers the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. It got away from Aoki. He'll throw over to first base, and the inning is over. To the bottom of the 6th we go. OC Riptide out in front 4-1. Kai Janowicz on the mound now for the Blues. He is committed to UC Irvine, so expect to see him in an Anteater uniform next season. Ground ball towards the left side. The shortstop is here on the forehand throw over to first in time. Janowicz is out of San Luis Obispo, California.
Now batting from Binghamton University, number 19, Connor Aoki.
Connor Aoki digs in. He's had a fairly busy day today. He had an RBI double in the first. He then went ahead to have an RBI single in the third, so it's brought some runs across the plate for the Riptide. He had a messy top half of the first inning, had a few pitches get by him. There were 2 errors total in that inning for the Riptide, and you can argue maybe 1 or 2 additional ones to say the least. Ball and no strikes. Sire Chelsea awaits on deck. Pitch is ripped out towards left field. Two men down. Julian Berry on the play.
Sawyer Chesley.
Sawyer Chelsea digs in now. 0 for 2 today. Nick Casaretti awaits on deck. 2 men down in the inning. We're in the bottom half of the 6th, 4-1 Riptide. Pitch is in there for a strike. It's 1-1. Ball and 2 strikes to Chelsea. Janowicz gets the sign. It's now 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nick Corsetti awaits on deck. Hit towards the right side and foul. Haven't had much offense since the first inning where the Riptide scored 3 and the Blues 1. The Riptide scored an additional run in the 3rd inning. Nothing much since then. The 2-2 is fouled away. So good at bat here from Sawyer Chelsea at the plate, making Janowicz work on the mound. Here's a pitch. Blooper towards the right side. Hits off the glove of the first baseman, T.J. Rumfield. Do we give it an error? Do we give it a hit? That's a good question. I'm going to give it an error. Okay. I think it really depends where off the glove it hit off of. The tip of the glove, I'd give it a hit. But if it hit off the inside, then I would agree on an error.
Number 18, Nick Casaretti.
We're going to give it an error nonetheless. I don't make the decisions out here, and I'm okay with that. And Casaretti digs in. Pitch runs inside. Tide takes a peek towards first, settles back in, delivers a 1-0 pitch. That's in there for a strike. It's 1-1. The bottom half of the sixth inning, the Riptide are out in front 4-1. 2 balls and 1 strike. The count here Nick has ready. Chris Saubert awaits on deck for the Riptide. The outfield playing at a normal depth. Movement in the bullpen for Orange County. Slams the outer half for a strike. It's 2-2. Here's the 2-2. Slapped foul towards the right side. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 man on. The 2-2. Chopper towards short. Mercado's there on the forehand. Throw over to first. The inning is over. Top of the 7th. Riptide out in front, 4-1.
Pinch hitting, Joshua Ramirez.
So in Julian Berry's place, we have Joshua Ramirez as a pinch hitter here for the Blues. In the top half of the 7th inning. Nice off-speed pitch on the inner half, taken for a ball. Taylor Penley back on the mound for the Riptide. High fastball on the outer half, misses 2-0. Ryan McCarty awaits on deck. Ruben Mercado in the hole. Penley delivers a strike, 2-1. He struck out his last hitter in the top half of the 6th inning. As the 2-1 pitch is fouled away. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Penley struggled with his demand in Sunday's game, so this is a game where he definitely wants to recover and once again boost his confidence. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Penley delivers in the dirt. Did he go? No, he did not, says the first base umpire. There's a 3-man umpiring crew for today's ball game. Hit towards the right side. It'll fall in for a base hit. Leadoff single for Joshua Ramirez. As Ryan McCarty digs in. McCarty has one official at bat. It's 1 for 1 with a single and a hit batter. Pitching change here for the Riptide. We'll take a short break. New pitcher on the mound here for the Riptide. That's Sean Higgins on the mound. He's a right-hander, 6'1", 150 pounds, out of Santa Ana, California, so he's fairly local. He attended Columbia College, and now he is out of Columbia University. Pitch is fouled away. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. He attended Foothill High School. He set a varsity record for doubles in a season with 19. He went 8-1 as a senior with a 1.70 ERA. Pretty good numbers. Oh, that's a nice off-speed pitch. Ball and 2 strikes. Ryan McCarty at the plate here for the Blues. Looking to the chip. They are looking to chip at this 3-run deficit. Swung on and missed for strike 3.
Now batting, shortstop, Ruben Mercado.
Ruben Mercado digs in. He's 1 for 2 with a single in the 5th inning. Ryan Cole in the top of the lineup awaits on deck for the Blues. So the first pitcher, well, not the first pitcher, but the first hitter he sees. Sean Higgins goes ahead to score a strikeout. Pitch is on the inner half, taken for a ball. It's 1-0. Take a look at his stats over at Columbia University. He had an 11.77 ERA for the Lions. Gave up 34 runs in 26 innings pitched. Well, as I mentioned earlier, baseball's a game of short memory. Very, very short memory. At least it should be. 2 balls and 1 strike. But Higgins looks good now. Here's a 2-1 pitch on the inner half. 3 balls and 1 strike. We'll have another trivia question for you in the bottom half of the 7th inning. The 3-1. Slap towards right side. In the hole. Runners on first and second with 1 man down for Ryan Cole. No movement in the bullpen for the Riptide.
Now batting, center
So it's Sean Higgins from here.
Cole.
Cole is 2 for 3 with a pair of singles and a flyout towards right field. He came around to score in the first inning. If you may remember that play, he was leading off the first. He was caught leaning, but the ball snuck underneath the glove of the Riptide first baseman, Josh Solomon. On the play, Cole advanced all the way towards third base. He then came around to score on a strikeout to the following hitter, Tyson Corillo, that snuck past Connor Aoki. It's no balls and 1 strike here to Cole. Tyson Corillo waits on deck. Ruben Mercado leads off of first. Joshua Ramirez leads off of second. Each reached on a single. That's slapped foul towards the right side. 2-2. We started off the ball game with Tyler Booth. We then switched over to Colin Townsend. Then we had Taylor Penley. Pitch gets away from Aoki. The runners will advance. We now have Joshua Solomon on the mound for the Riptide. One ball and 2 strikes with 1 man down. Runners on third and second for Ryan Cole. The Riptide enjoying a 3-run lead. They're on top 4-1 here in the top half of the 7th inning. Here comes the pitch. That slap foul towards the right side and out of play. Sean Higgins out of Columbia University, looking to hold the score at where it is now. Here's a 1-2. Chopper towards the left side. It's your score. Run, backhanded stop, long throw over to first. Carson Matthews made that one look pretty. 2 men down.
Now batting, second baseman, Tyson Corillo.
Tyson Corillo digs in. He's 0 for 3. He's looking to escape the offer, and it'd be a good time for him. He's got a runner down the line at third. It's a 4-2 ball game. He also represents the tying run himself, pardon me. TJ Rumfield awaits on deck. Here comes the pitch. That's at the knees, called a strike. It's 0-1. OC Great Park Stadium on a Tuesday evening. The home opener for the Orange County Riptide, their second game of the season against the San Luis Obispo Blues. That one's off the end of the bat as it dies down foul. We'll do it again, this time at no balls and 2 strikes. Higgins gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed for strike 3. To the bottom of the 7th inning we go. It's time for Take Me Out to the Ball Game from OC Great Park Stadium. from the University of Hawaii, Hilo. Chris Saubert at the plate for the Riptide. That's ripped out towards right field. Leadoff single off the bat of Aubert.
Now batting from BYU, number 5, Carson Matthews.
That of BYU, Carson Matthews in the top of the lineup due up. Mariah Floss. You're waiting to hear your player's name. Who's your player? We're waiting for it too. Matthews is 0 for 3 today. On the inner half and high. Dylan Rock. All right, Dylan Rock. He is the 5th hitter in our lineup, so we'll get to him eventually for sure. All right, well, here's time for trivia question number 3. It's fairly straightforward as that's ripped down the left field line. It stays fair. Rounding second on his way towards third is Chris Saubert. He'll take the turn. He's on his way home. He'll get there standing. Now rounding the back on his way home. And inside the park, home run for Carson Matthews. In all my 4 seasons of calling a baseball game, I have never seen it. But Carson Matthews gives me the gift of the inside the park home run. And let's do it honor with the home run call. You can say bye to that one in 3 different languages. Sayonara, aloha, and adios. Carson Matthews rounds the bases, does it with style. He doesn't need to hit it over the fence. As long as you've got a good set of wheels on you, all things are possible. The Riptide open up the ball game, 6-2. Ground ball towards the left side. The third baseman is there. Nick Hansen, long throw. It's in the dirt, but not dug out successfully by T.J. Rumfield.
Now batting from Columbia, number 4, Josh Solomon.
So the last play was scored a hit and not an error. Pitch is high for a ball. It's 2-0. Solomon singled in the first inning, flew out towards right field in the third, then singled again in the 5th. He's 2 for 3. All right, so the trivia question that I was talking about. This is the first season that the Orange County Riptide play here at this ballpark. Where did they play last season in 2018? Antonio Cruz leads off at first. It's on the inner half, called a strike. Throw goes back over to first base. Not in time. The last pitch was actually called... No, yes, it was called a strike. Saw a delay on the scoreboard, so thought it may have been called a ball, but all is well and all is good. Caleb Denny awaits on deck. Once again, the trivia question is, where did the Orange County Riptide play in 2018? The 3-1 pitch up the middle, but right back to the pitcher. He flips to second for one. On to first. Double play.
Now batting from the University of Arkansas, number 14, Caleb Denny.
Caleb Denny digs in now. He had that round tripper in the first inning. Swung on and missed. And excuse me, swing there to save the leads from Caleb Denny. It's no ball and 1 strike. On 1 is slapped foul towards the left side and out of play. The 0-2 from the right-hander on the mound is in the dirt. Bottom half of the 7th inning, 6-2 ball game here. The Riptide out in front. 2-run inside the park home run for Carson Matthews this half inning. Ground ball towards the right side. Easy play for Corrillo. Top half of the 8th inning. The Riptide lead, 6-2. Go to the top half of the 8th inning here from Irvine, California. Jonathan Ortiz behind the mic via YouTube Live for the Orange County Riptide. It'll be TJ Rumfield, Brett Harris, and Nick Hansen this half inning. It's on the outer half and it misses for a ball. It's 1-1, so it looks like no one knew the answer to our trivia question. I'll ask it one more time, and if no one answers, we'll give the solution to it in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Two balls and 1 strike. Once again, the question was, where did the Orange County Riptide play in 2018? Rumfield is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Oh, and he gives this one a pretty good ride towards right center field, and it leaves the ballpark. No, it does not. I guess it hit off the base of the fence. There'll be a play at third. The throw down is not in time. Leadoff triple for T.J. Rumfield. The netting in front of us does obstruct the view to an extent.
Now batting DH, Brett Harris.
Brett Harris digs in with a runner on third. In these kind of situations, it's kind of inevitable to prevent a runner from third scoring, especially when there are no men out. But luckily for the Riptide, they were able to extend their lead. It's now 6-2. That's popped up towards the right side. The first baseman giving chase, but it falls out of play. Six to 2 ball game here in the top half of the 8th inning. Slider popped up towards the left side of the infield. The shortstop is there. The play is made. One man down.
Now batting third baseman Nick Hansen.
Merrick Krause warming up and getting loose in the bullpen for the Riptide. As Nick Hansen digs in, he's 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. Pitch is below the knees for a ball. It's 1-0. 8:53 p.m. from Irvine, California. It was a 6:30 p.m. start time for today's ball game. Pitch runs inside. We'll be right back here tomorrow at 6:30 p.m., the exact same time, against these very same San Luis Obispo Blues. As I mentioned, if you guys have an opportunity to come out to the ballpark, you surely should. It's definitely a beautiful place to watch some baseball. And if you go to ocriptide.com and you look at our schedule, you will also be given information in regards to our promotional schedule. We'll have special themed days, we'll have activities for children, and we'll just have an overall good time here at the ballpark. Pitch is tipped off the catcher's mask. You might want to check out June 25th. The title of that night is Orange County Beats Hunger Night. All stadium revenue will go to a community table program that helps the homeless and needy. Mariah Foss, yeah, it's surely a long drive, but we're glad you can at least join us here via the broadcast for sure. Hello to you and your family. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. That is popped up on the outskirts of the grounds and more so deep into right field. The runner tags. The throw's coming to the plate. It's a one-hopper. The tag is applied, but not in time. Strong throw any way you put it by Dylan Rock. Good attempt, but with a runner as fast as T.J. Rumfield coming down the line, it's quite difficult to get him.
Pinch hitter, number 31, Duke Paukoa.
Here we go. We have a pinch hitter for Dylan Beavers. He's got a very complex name, so hopefully I can actually see it in writing. Give me just a second. His name is Duke Pauakoa. We'll settle with that. Pitching change for the Riptide. We'll take a short break. Mary Krause comes into the ballgame for the Riptide. We're in the top half of the 8th inning. Pinch hitter here for the Blues. That is Duke Pauakoa. He will be a sophomore at UNLV next season. Hit 179 this time around. Mary Krause was actually an 11th round pick in 2015 by the Toronto Blue Jays. As the pitch is on the outer half. No balls and 2 strikes. He opted to go to USC, and he struggled in 2 seasons with them. Therefore, he left after 2017. So now he's looking for either a college or a professional baseball team to play for in 2019 or 2020. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Pauakoa. He's out of Las Vegas, Nevada, and attended Durango High School. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's in the dirt. 6-3 ball game. In favor of the Riptide. By the way, it's fair to say that none of you knew the answer, and maybe you just refused to participate. But the Orange County Riptide played at Fullerton JC, the Fullerton Community College, in 2017. Pitch is swung on and missed. Pauakoa goes down on strike. Aoki forgot there was already 2 men down. He was looking to throw around the horn. Bottom of the 8th, 6-3, OC Riptide.
It's kind of like the way Committee coaches high school. Teaching by committee.
Now batting from UT San Antonio, number 22, Dylan Rock.
To the bottom half of the 8th inning we go. Riptide on front, 6-3. There's a new pitcher on the mound for the Blues as Dylan Rock steps into the play. That's Jack Hodgins on the mound now. No balls and 2 strikes. Slider swung on and missed. Looks like Dylan Rock actually managed to get a piece of that one. And Matthew Wog wants to give a shout out to Tanner and Tyler. So shout out to them for sure. And Mariah Floss, there you go. Dylan Rock now at the plate. The 0-2 is taken high above the chest. A ball and 2 strikes now. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball that runs inside. It misses. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Connor Aoki awaits on deck as the 2-2 pitch is tipped, or check that. I guess it was swung on and missed, but it gets away from the catcher, so Rock is able to advance safely.
Now batting from Binghamton, number 19, Connor Aoki.
I was sure that Dylan Rock managed to get a piece of that one. We heard something similar to the sound of a ball hitting a bat. But I guess maybe it simply was the glove of the catcher, Ryan McCarty. Chris Cole, we appreciate your feedback and we'll definitely try to accommodate better to the situation. Bunt is laid down nicely towards the third base side. Good sacrifice there by Connor Aoki. Sawyer Chelsea digs in.
Now batting, DH, Sawyer Chesley.
Nick Casarati awaits on deck. Runner on second. 1 man down in the inning for the Riptide. The Riptide scored 3 in the first, 1 in the third, and 2 in the 7th. Hit foul towards the right side. The Blues, on the other hand, scored 1 time in the first, once in the 7th, and once in the 8th. Dylan Rock leads off for second. The pitch is caught a strike. It's now 0-2. As I mentioned earlier, the Riptide are 0-1 to start off the season. But the San Luis Obispo Blues are 7-0. Pitch runs inside, 1-2. So though an 0-1 record really doesn't say much, a 7-0 record really does say a lot. You expected a little bit more from the offense here from the Blues, but you also got to credit the OC Riptide. Their pitching staff did a nice job of mixing up their pitches, hitting their locations, as the pitch is taken for strike 3 to Chelsea. as Nick Casaretti
Now
digs
batting
in.
from the University of Dubuque, number 18, Nick Casaretti.
Casaretti is 0 for 3 today. Chris Aubert awaits on deck. Hodgins again on the mound here for the Blues. Pitch is in there for a strike. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. On the outer half, called strike 2. Dylan Rock leads off a second. He reached on a strikeout. Then advanced on a sacrifice bunt. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. To 2-2. Swung on and missed for strike 3. We head to the top half of the 9th inning. The OC Riptide 3 outs away from gaining their first win of the season. The Blues 3 outs away from surrendering their first loss. Top half of the 9th inning. Joshua Ramirez leading things out for the Blues. He hits this one out towards left field, but right at the left fielder, Chris Aubert, 1 away.
Now batting, catcher, Ryan McCarty.
Murray Krause still on the mound here for the Riptide. Orange County now 2 outs away from sealing their first win of the season. Pitch drops below the knees. It's 1-0. Pitch runs inside. 1 ball or 2 balls and no strikes. Pitch is high. It's now 2-0. It's Ryan McCarty at the plate. Ruben Mercado waits on deck. 4-pitch walk. So yes, in regards to my trivia question, Mariah, the field did have to do with the Hornets. The OC Riptide played at Fullerton College in 2018. Pitch is in there for a strike. That's 0-1. Mercado at the plate. McCarty leads off at first. On the inner half, taken for a ball. It's 1-1. No movement in the bullpen for the Riptide. It's Merrick Krause. Ryan Cole in the top of the lineup awaits on deck for the Blues. Pitch is in the dirt. It's now 2 balls and 1 strike. As I mentioned earlier, Krause did get drafted in the 11th round by the Toronto Blue Jays in 2015. Ground ball towards the right side, past the outstretched glove of the second baseman. So runners on first and second with 1 man down for Ryan Cole.
Now batting, center fielder Ryan Cole.
Cole is 2 for 4 today with a pair of singles. He came around to score in the first inning. Tyson Corillo waits on deck. Krause on the mound, looking to induce a ground ball. Do remember that the first game between the Riptide and the Palm Springs Power was a non-league matchup. Ground ball towards the left side. Smothering stop by the third baseman. The throw over to first. Double play. What a way to end the ball game. My goodness. Nick Casaretti. Give yourself a cookie. I'll give you an entire jar. What a play. The final line for today's matchup. 3 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors for the San Luis Obispo Blues. 6 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors for the Orange County Riptide. Ladies and gentlemen, it was an absolute pleasure to bring you 3 hours, well, almost 3 hours of OC Riptide baseball. Remember that we'll be right back here tomorrow at the same time to wrap up this 2-game series between the Riptide and the Blues. Once again, the Riptide improved to 1-1 on the season. The San Luis Obispo Blues fought to 7-1. Jonathan Ortiz signing off on this beautiful Tuesday evening from Irvine, California. May you have a very pleasant rest of your Tuesday evening. We wish you a very good night. And once again, we thank you so much to all of you who watched. And we'll be right back at it tomorrow. Let's have a fun season. It's game number 1 of many more to come.